words to help us open the year. This has become a tradition in the district, and I think this is something that, if you talk to your colleagues around, this is not normal that board members take their time to welcome everyone back. And so John's here to speak, and Jill Huber, board member, is also here just to help take part in the event. So I really appreciate them dedicating their time. Thank you.
I'm glad that PJ clarified that the process is not normal, that I'm not. I just want to follow on with the introductions and follow up on what PJ said here. Jill Huber is our newest Board of Education member, and Jill, stand up. Most of everybody in the But I do want to say with Jill's being elected to the board this year, this is the first time in the last 3 election cycles that we've only had 1 new board member. So that speaks well of the stabilization that the board is going through. So anyhow, with that, good morning and welcome back. As you know, my name is John Smith. I'm the current board president. And it's my privilege to speak to you for a brief few minutes here this morning. You're going to have to excuse my casual attire. I don't think I've ever addressed this group without a tie on. And what that means is I'm on my way in my work vernacular for an event of off-site compression testing. And what my wife has learned that to mean is lunch and golf. Last year at this time I shared some thoughts that were written by me and more eloquently delivered by Mrs. Weldon in my absence. And the majority of that message was personal in nature about what this district has meant to me and my wife and our 3 children that were nurtured, coached, probably disciplined, but most importantly, educated by many of you in the room here today. This year, I want to speak from a school district perspective, not my family experience. However, in my mind, the 2 are almost synonymous. What ties them so closely together for me is all of you. Without the dedication that each of you bring to your job every day, I as a parent would not have felt comfort in knowing that my children were getting absolutely the best treatment possible through their school day. During the years that our kids walked these halls, it was personal. It was my kids. Today, as a member of the Board of Education, I am part of a team that sets the mission, values, goals, strategic objectives that establishes the direction for the district. We then turn it over to our superintendent for implementation. But I am still a parent and community member who cares deeply about the education and treatment of every child in the district. So, here we are today. And I believe that this Board of Education has spent countless hours on the work of defining and refining mission, values, objectives, and have turned it over to Mr. Capozzi, and in turn, it's been turned over to you. So now the question is, how are we doing? And my short answer is extremely well. And you may ask, is extremely well the best that we have? But I'm going to go through a couple of things here. When we hired PJ, the board was looking to establish a sense of stabilization and consistency in the district. At that time, we were on our 5th superintendent in 4 years. We lived in a district that had shrinking revenues based off EABs, and were governed by a state that was not supporting education to its financially mandated level. So, extremely well means extremely well. The board has pushed Mr. Capozzi, but we have pushed ourselves as well. We have become more focused and transparent in our message, and we've delivered that message through PJ much more frequently to the community and to you. At Mr. Capozzi's invitation, we have interacted but not interfered with his leadership team, and will continue to do so again at his invitation. For example, we are scheduled to have a joint brainstorming session early in September for the sole purpose of starting the creation of a district-wide value statement, which we've never had. Last year, we as the board went outside our comfort zone and made a presentation at the annual IASP conference. This year, we've been invited as a board to do 2 presentations. So again, I feel that we are growing as a board, and we are evolving as a board into a better group of individuals that focus on what we're supposed to do, and that set the direction for PJ, his leadership team, and the rest of the district. Now we're going to enter the, what I call the dangerous portion of my comments. It's where I go off script. And I say that. But I say that because I've been told, probably by many of you, Mrs. Tim, that I have little or no filter and sometimes get very emotional. But I just want to say that I believe, we as a board believe in our values, in our direction, and our mission of this district. We believe in and support the work of Mr. Capozzi and his efforts toward implementation of that work that we've done. And finally, we believe in each and every one of you in this room. Thank you for your energy, thank you for your dedication, and thank you for caring about all of our children in this district. Have a great year.